All right. Good evening, everyone. I hope I am audible and visible to everyone. So, as you all know, that NID's forms are out, and I have created all the changes. I've created a video basically talking about all the changes in the MDES program. But there were so many comments, people talking about, students talking about, are there any changes in NID BDES? So we thought let's do a live session and let's talk about all the changes. And also some of you were talking about कि OLP में sessions नहीं हो पा रहे हैं, तो वो उसका भी हमने सोचा कि let's through this we are going to come back in the OLP sessions, and that would be the best way to start our fresh preparation जब दोबारा से जैसे भी होने वाली. So I have with me here Suyash today, and Suyash is from NID. And Suyash is going to talk about all the changes that have happened. कुछ changes आपको पता होंगे, जैसे कि in person sensitivity test करके कुछ introduce हुआ है. We are going to talk about all that. What would be the prelims cutoff for NID? ये कैसे पता चल जाएगा? What would be the prelims cutoff? Cutoff तो सेम ही रहेगा जैसे होता था हर साल. But the point is NID के cutoff जो prelims जो होगा उसके जो marks हैं that will not be counted. So if you'll see last year तक 30% marks count होते थे NID के prelims के, but that will not happen now. So I think we'll discuss all that. So if you have any question regarding preparation or anything, I would request you to drop a question in the chat box. That would be the great way to ask any question. And meantime, I will ask Suyash to jump in, and let's start with what we have to discuss. Yes, over to you.
All right. So hello, everyone. And let's get started with understanding this better, that how we are going to tackle about this new pattern of NID. So I have created this short presentation so that I can make you walk through this. So we will be understanding all about this examination, especially about the changes. Okay, so let's move forward. So before, what was happening is that conventionally these guys were taking exam in this way, that they were conducting a prelims exam, they were conducting an ID mains exam, and then the final selection formula used to work this way, that your prelim score also used to matter. Now the equation varies from time to time, that sometimes they used to consider only 25%, sometimes 20%. So it varied from year by year. All right. And one of the key things which we have observed is that people sometimes are not able to secure their admission because of their prelims rank. So this used to control a major chunk of this exam. And as you all know that this exam is very, very competitive. So in that case, even a slight score can also drag you down in significant rank, not just 1, 2. It can be more than 6, 7 ranks. All right. And it can definitely affect the admission. So let's understand the new pattern better. So this year, the new major changes which we are able to witness is that no prelims rank stress you have to take now. Okay, now prelims is just going to serve as a qualifying gateway. All right. So rest, they have also talked about the studio sensitivity test, and we will be discussing more onto that. And the third thing which they have mentioned in their brochure is that in-person sensitivity test. Okay, so let's understand these three changes better, and let's try to find out our opportunity too. Okay, so first of all, there are some game-changing benefits. All right, so although what I have heard from aspirants so far is that they are getting anxious about this new pattern, but let me tell you, maybe it can be the best shot for you this year. All right. So the new format is clearly eliminating the importance of prelims after you clear the prelims exam. So therefore, this is one of the major change. And in this way, what is going to happen is that your core design acumen skills will be tested in your mains exam. Okay, which will include not just your hands-on skill, but also about your soft skills and other thinking ability things as well. All right. So one best thing over here is that no matter if you are the first ranker in the prelims, or no matter even if you are a last ranker, or if you have the rank in bottom. All right. Earlier, our attitude used to work this way, is that if we are having a lower rank, there is no chance to get selected in this exam. Sometimes I have also heard aspirants saying that there is not even a point of giving any further exam when the rank is quite lower. So guys, this particular hurdle has been eliminated. So in that way, this can be an equal opportunity for you all. So you just have to think that how you will manage to crack the first round. Moving forward, then what are these new sensitivity tests? Okay, so let's break it down and let's try to understand this better. Okay, so before we get started with this thing, I just wanted to tell you that based on our best research and our experience so far in this field, this is just a speculation which we are providing. हम ऐसा सोच रहे हैं, ऐसा हो सकता है. All right, but we are not committing that what we are going to recommend over here is going to be the exact format which you are going to witness. And let's be realistic over here. If we are talking about NID, it means expect the unexpected. Okay. So in this case, now that I have told you that this is going to be a speculation, but we have also witnessed that we have achieved a significant accuracy in that. Again, we can't commit on this, but yes, we are also confident and firm that most likely this can happen in the coming exam. Now, talking about the studio sensitivity test. All right. In my opinion, and based on our team's research, what we feel is that it is just an enhanced name of NID studio test, which was anyways happening for all these many years. Okay. Now, those who are giving their next attempt, all right, or those who have already heard it from their seniors and other aspirants, then you must be familiar that NID Studio Test talks about material handling skills, all right, which is the hands-on experience. Now there it could be clay modeling, it could be wire folding, it can be any other material that has been provided to you. And based on that, you have to come up with something functional which you can present over there. It's not going to be the exact thing, but in most of the year, we have witnessed that material handling exercises are quite common. All right. Then second is creative aptitude test. Now, this is very similar to what you are going to witness in your prelims exam, as well as it is also going to be very similar to what you must be preparing right now, assuming that you have started your preparation. Okay, so it can include all those creative questions which you have witnessed in previous year question papers of NID. And then third is collaborative group projects. Now, way back, I think back in 2010, 12, and I know that it sounds too old, but back then, there were such group projects that has also happened in NID where aspirants were divided into groups and then they have to like collaborate with each other and then they had to solve certain design challenges. Maybe they have to build something, maybe they have to solve a certain task. Okay, so based on that, these can be some collaborative group projects that also may happen. Okay, from our experience, what we can say is that the chances are less, but be prepared for any scenario over there. Okay, now moving forward. So what we can expect an in-person sensitivity test. Now people are also confusing it with interview. Now we are not saying that it is not going to be an interview, but what I can say is that it is not going to be totally about an interview. All right, interview can be one of the interpretations or one of the possibilities of this exam, but we also think that studio work review can happen. For instance, if you have done any model making or maybe any other final product you have prepared. It doesn't really have to be tangible. It's like whatever design you have prepared in your studio sensitivity test. All right. They may call you in a different room and then they may ask you to present or pitch that product. That what exactly it is showing, what exactly it is serving as a purpose. So this can also be one of the rounds which you can witness. Second is going to be the personal interview. Again, one of the interpretations, they may call you in your in an interview room, and then they can ask about your background, your interest, about your beliefs and views about design. And one thing, you guys must have been filling your forms, and then you would have witnessed some questions where you have to talk about yourself and your beliefs about design, and also why you want to choose NID as an institute and why you want to choose their course. So now you are also providing a documentation of your beliefs while you are filling your form. So maybe it can be a possibility that they can have those printouts handy when you are appearing for this exam. So in that case, make sure that you also preserve your responses so that you can at least prepare all the questions possible from the write-up which you have submitted over there. Okay. The third thing which we can expect over here is audio and visual sensory test. Now, this has already been happening in NID Studio Test, all right. But when we are talking about in-person sensitivity test, then sensitivity can also include about audio and visual interpretations too, identifications of sound. In fact, that is also going to happen in person, all right. In person can also mean that in institute or within the walls of institute. Okay, so audio and visual sensory test is also something which we can expect. We will be talking more about it when this prelims phase will be over and the studio test phase will be started. Then talking about the fourth element is surprise elements. So just be prepared for these unexpected challenges. Again, we never know if they are able to come up with something absolutely different. Okay. So if something comes up, all right, do not faint over there. You just have to trust upon your design acumen as well as you have to trust your preparation and trust your designer mindset. That can only get you out from it. Okay. So this was about the in-person sensitivity test and the studio sensitivity test. And I have also talked about the scope of uh, prelims change, which is not getting included. So right now, my advice to all of you will be just relax, guys. All right, we have time now. Focus on your prelims round. In my opinion, trust me, you should not even think about the in-person sensitivity test and studio sensitivity test as of now. It's better that you completely discard it and focus on your prelims. All right, stay confident and just have one narrow vision in order to clear the prelims exam first. Okay, and then in any case, we are situated with this journey with you all. Okay.
All right. So I think that makes that makes them clear. I think that what are the changes. और जैसा हम लोग बात कर रहे थे इन पर्सन सेंसिटिविटी टेस्ट के बारे में, आई एम श्योर कि आप ये समझ गए होंगे कि व्हाट आर दी स्कोप और किस किस स्कोप तक ये इन पर्सन जा सकते हैं. So any portfolio round, I don't think there will be any portfolio round as such, which they have mentioned. See, अगर हम इस तरीके के speculations में जाएंगे तो speculations can be any. Right now, the focus should be that first we have to clear prelims. If we clear prelims only, then we will be able to sit for mains. And if you see, the exam is on 21st of December, and the final, results or even studio test or what is happening is going to be after April, because बीच में boards और ये सब होते हैं. So December, January, February, March, April, you have almost 3-4 months between that. So even if they are looking for portfolio and all, which they will reveal later on, that can be easily tackled. You don't need more than 15-20 days for portfolio any sample of work, which they used to take before COVID. I mean during COVID, but I don't think they have mentioned anything about portfolio. And portfolio is never asked bachelor's level per. That is something else, but we'll talk about that later. Let's address some questions, Suez, when you are here, and I will also try to answer some of the questions. 3 months, are they enough to crack an ID? Yes, they are enough. But the point is, if you have been practicing for drawing lately, it would become easier, right? Some of you are asking how to know what to think, how to observe, how to improve creative thinking. Very good. This is a very good question. So how to observe? Yeah, you are already observing a lot of things around you, isn't it? Don't you think so? If I ask you if you have seen a movie, if you can remember something out of it, you can definitely remember some scene if you like that movie. So did you ever, were you conscious about it कि चलो इस film को मुझे याद करनी है? That never happened. It happened automatically. So similarly, when you are conscious about things around you, कि how things are designed. For example, I am sitting in front of this laptop. I have a phone. Whatever I have in my hand, everything is man-made, right? So somebody thought about it और सोचा कि कैसे हम लाइफ को आसान करेंगे. That is how they made things. So every product that we use, every service that we use on our daily life, in our daily life on a daily basis, if we can identify some problems, ऐसा लगेगा शुरुआत में कि हम थोड़े दुखी आत्मा बन रहे हैं कि we are finding problems in everything, but that rewires your brain to look at things how we are used to, using products with problems, and there is always some scope of improvement in those products. So हमें बस उस point of view से सोचना है. Once we do that, it becomes easier to think. That is what we mean when we say how to observe, right? I'm not allowed to take drop. Yeah, so don't think about drop. If you think about drop right now, you will not be able to crack exam. The point is, अगर प्रीलिम्स के रैंक जैसा सुयश ने बोला इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी काउंटेड, इट इज इजियर नाउ कि एटलीस्ट आपको इसके बारे में टेंशन नहीं लेना कि मेरे को इतने के नीचे ही रहना है. यू हैव टू जस्ट क्लियर फर्स्ट राउंड. For that you have to practice, and if you see the questions that NID has asked over the years, there is a theme that they repeat. They keep on repeating the certain themes. I don't think that is going to change this year also. That is going to remain the same. So think from that perspective, we'll be able to come up with something. And also, like we do every year, practice programs and through various things, we upload questions for NID also. We will do the same this year also. Last year के point of view से भी बहुत सारे questions already. If you go through the blog, I mean our resources page, I don't know how many of you have gone through it. तो उसमें पूरे timetable and everything and links are mentioned, so you can look at that also. How to increase speed while sketching? Suyash, you can drop in whenever you like to answer any question. That would be great. Okay. So how to? Go ahead if you want to answer something.
Okay, so I will just pick up this question of sketching one. So if you have to increase your speed, you need to understand that speed is a byproduct. So you just have to master everything, whatever constitutes your solution, be it your ideation skills, be it your execution skills. And when you are executing, you also have to plan upon your layout. You also have to plan upon how you are going to compose things over the page. So the moment you are going to practice, you won't even believe, but subconsciously, when you will notice your progress after a couple of days, you will realize that you have automatically reduced the speed. So this is the first catch that you have to do. All right. Then other practice which I can tell you is that develop a habit of placing some additional alarms like stop watch thingy, so that you can get this practice that by every 3 minutes there should be a ring, so that you can get conscious that 3 minutes have passed. And the moment you are going to practice more upon it, you will have a subconscious realizations after all that the 3 minutes must have passed, and by now you should have been completed your ideation, maybe your execution stage, etc.
I also want to answer one more question. Richie827 has asked, how many hours of daily sketching should be done? See, this is ऐसा कोई पैरामीटर नहीं होता है. This is not a right question to ask. It is like if you want to run a marathon, मुझे डेली कितना रन प्रैक्टिस करना चाहिए, दौड़ना चाहिए. It is not like that. The point is that you have to improve. You have to work on making your templates. What does that mean, making templates? मतलब, for example, if you're making human figures, so how comfortable you are in making human figures in different postures and views. For that, एक दिन में अगर आप सोच रहे हो कि अगर मेरे को इसमें 100 घंटे लगेंगे ना, मैं दिन रात बिना सोए 100 घंटे पूरे कर दूं तो हो जाएगा, that is not possible. So there is no as such how many hours. See, drawing ही तो है. It should be an escape from whatever you are doing in your life. अगर कोई भी और एग्जाम के प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हो, it should be an escape, right? You should have fun doing it. So don't count in the number of hours that you have to dedicate. Look at the number of questions or number of drawings or number of sheets that you have to complete. Or किस level पर. So for example, if I have taken that I will complete 10 sheets every day, so it can take 2 hours, it can take 6 hours. वो मेरे लिए मतलब एक माप होना चाहिए rather than number of hours. That's what I would say. Okay. How to stay consistent with exam? They are going to be pre-boards. Yes. So yeah, that like I said कि यार ये एग्जाम के लिए आपको 8-8 घंटे पढ़ने की जरूरत तो है ही नहीं. पहली बात, this exam preparation can be your escape when you are tired with whatever you are doing for your boards or even NEET or JEE, whatever. वहां से एक escape आपके लिए ये हो सकता है इस एग्जाम का प्रिपरेशन. प्लीज डोंट टेक दिस एग्जाम का प्रिपरेशन जैसे आप बाकी एग्जाम का प्रिपरेशन देते हो कि रटा और जाके वॉमिट किया. दिस इज डिजाइन का एग्जाम. दिस मीन्स योर टेस्ट ऑफ क्रिएटिविटी एंड प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड. प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड कोई एग्जाम का सिलेबस पढ़ करके नहीं होता है. इट हैपेंस व्हेन योर ब्रेन इज काम एंड व्हेन यू फील कॉन्फिडेंट कि हाँ मैं आई एम रेडी टू थिंक क्रिएटिवली. ये बिलीव करने से ही आता है. एंड ऑफकोर्स दिस हैपेंस विद ऑफकोर्स लिटिल बिट ऑफ प्रैक्टिस. तो द पॉइंट इज कि पूरा एग्जाम का स्ट्रक्चर इसी तरीके से है कि एवरीवन इन द कंट्री इज गोइंग टू फेस प्री बोर्ड्स and during that time the exam is going to be conducted. So don't take it as if you are only going to face it, right? तो पहली बात तो यह है कि आप ऐसा अकेले नहीं हो पूरे इंडिया में, और दूसरी बात यह है कि दिस consider this as a escape from rest of the exam or when you are feeling tired. That is how when you prepare for it. 2 घंटे बैठे, 1 घंटे बैठे, लेकिन ऐसा हो कि what I am doing at that time, it goes into my mind. I'm able to recall it, right? That is what the aim should be. How to prepare for general knowledge questions, since there is no syllabus as such. So if we talk about general knowledge, there are 2 to 4 questions in general knowledge. Why everybody is so worried about general knowledge? अगर अब वो 4 क्वेश्चन आप छोड़ भी दोगे, मैं तो ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि छोड़ देते हैं, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट इट फ्रॉम दैट पर्सपेक्टिव. वो 4 क्वेश्चन आप छोड़ भी दोगे तब भी आप रैंक 1 ला सकते हो. So why this problem about general knowledge? Yes, not talking about if we are preparing, so we should prepare about general knowledge. So how to prepare for this general knowledge? In the month of October or November, the bigger events in the जो भी दुनिया में हुए हैं उसको आप देख लो. What are those bigger events? स्पोर्ट्स में, अवार्ड्स में, एंटरटेनमेंट में, फॉर एग्जाम्पल साइंस एंड टेक में जो भी अवार्ड्स मिले हैं, एंड स्पेशली इफ दैट अवार्ड इज फ्रॉम इंडिया, यू नीड टू फोकस ऑन दैट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल दिस ईयर स्पेस, साइंस एंड टेक में स्पेस पे कोई गया, राइट? सो दीज आर सम ऑफ द इंफॉर्मेशन दैट इज दैट यू हैव टू पिक. 3 या 4 क्वेश्चन पूछने वाले, 3-4 क्वेश्चन के लिए आप अगर एनर्जी लगा रहे हो, सो यू आर, इसका कोई कॉस्ट बेनिफिट एनालिसिस नहीं है, वो आप टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे हो जीके 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 करके. इंस्टेड अगर आपको टाइम स्पेंड करना है कि एग्जाम क्रैक करने के बारे में, तो ये सोचो कि कैसे, जैसे अभी सुयश ने बताया कि मैं कम टाइम में कैसे ड्राइंग को बेटर कर सकता हूं, हाउ आई कैन इंप्रूव माई क्वालिटी ऑफ द एग्जाम ड्राइंग. दैट शुड बी योर प्रायोरिटी. फॉरगेट अबाउट जीके. आई एम टेलिंग यू ऑनेस्टली, फॉरगेट अबाउट जीके. जीके जस्ट डाइवर्टिंग यू. आपको कुछ रटने के लिए चाहिए तो भैया मेरे को रटने का कुछ दे दो, मैं रटना चाहता हूं. नो, जीके इज जस्ट डाइवर्टिंग फ्रॉम द प्रिपरेशन. दैट्स व्हाट आई विल. डेली न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ने चाहिए. व्हाई? Why would you read daily newspaper? Look at the questions. UCD का question देखो. So, okay, let us divide GK into 2 categories, guys. I think I have already discussed this earlier. GK 2 categories की होती हैं. Okay, because there are more GK based questions in NIFT. Yes, NIFT की हम बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, आज हम NID की बात कर रहे हैं. But if you want, we can also talk about GK. Also talk about NIFT. Okay, so GK are in 2 types. And similarly, we can prepare for NIFT also, right? जीके 2 टाइप के होते हैं, एक स्टैटिक और एक डायनेमिक. व्हाट डज स्टैटिक एंड डायनेमिक मीन? स्टैटिक मींस हिस्ट्री जो चेंज नहीं होगी. फॉर एग्जांपल इंडियन नेशनल मूवमेंट में लीडर्स वर इन्वॉल्व. फॉर एग्जांपल एंशिएंट टाइम में अगर इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन की बात करें तो उनके बारे में अगर हमारे कोई इंफॉर्मेशन, दैट इज स्टैटिक, दैट विल नेवर चेंज. देन देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड डायनेमिक व्हिच चेंजेस एवरी ईयर. इस साल किसको अवार्ड मिला, वर्ल्ड कप कौन जीता, एशियन गेम्स हुए किसने जीता, फॉर एग्जाम्पल ओलंपिक्स हुए किसने किसने, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इंडिया ने कितने मेडल लिए. दीज आर डायनेमिक थिंग्स. So for the dynamic thing I'm talking about, you don't have to worry much, क्योंकि वो इतना कुछ इवेंट, इतना सारा इवेंट हो रहा है कि आप कितने का इवेंट को आप रिकॉल कर पाओगे एग्जाम में, और वो 3-4 क्वेश्चन के लिए. सो इट इज नॉट वर्थ इट. बात रही निफ्ट की. यस, निफ्ट में कैन बी क्वेश्चन अप टू 10 क्वेश्चन. फॉर एग्जाम्पल 20 क्वेश्चन अगर मैथ्स के हैं तो 10 क्वेश्चन कैन बी ऑन जीके. सो फॉर दैट यू डोंट हैव टू रीड न्यूज़पेपर एवरी डे. आई वुड सजेस्ट अक्टूबर ऑनवर्ड्स यू कैन बी सीरियस अबाउट जीके. जितने भी मेजर इवेंट्स हुए, और जितने भी आप अगर गवर्नमेंट एग्जाम के जो वेबसाइट्स होती हैं जो प्रिपरेशन करवाते हैं, उनकी वेबसाइट पे जीके भरे रहते हैं, वो जीके भर के रखते हैं. सो फ्रॉम अक्टूबर ऑनवर्ड्स यू कैन जस्ट गो थ्रू द मंथली समरी ऑफ दैट जीके. दैट वुड बी एनफ. सो अक्टूबर, नवंबर, दिसंबर, जनवरी, बस इतना ही आप फोकस कर लो. दैट वुड बी एनफ, क्योंकि जनवरी में तो उनका पेपर बन जाता होगा, दिसंबर में एनआईडी का बन जाता होगा. दैट वुड बी एनफ फॉर जीके. दैट्स व्हाट आई वुड सजेस्ट. ओके. Any other questions which you would want to take?
I think we have almost covered all the important questions, and
For poster or storytelling, I don't get ideas within the time bound. Also, is it okay to take ideas or copy some sketches? Yes, it is completely fine. The point is, whenever you are copying some idea, Sonali, whenever you are copying some idea, try to recreate that after some time. So, for example, आज मैंने कोई question किया poster या storytelling पे, and I could not come up with ideas. So, what you will do is you will go and look for some inspiration, चाहे Pinterest या फिर उसको आप copy करके बनाओगे. The point is good, you have done that. अगर आप कॉपी करके कुछ बनाते हो तो उसको सेव करके रखो, बिकॉज दैट इज योर गुड एग्जाम्पल, इजंट इट? आपने अच्छा सोच करके बनाया होगा. नाउ आफ्टर 3-4 days ट्राई टू रिपीट द सेम क्वेश्चन, नाउ विदाउट लुकिंग एट द एग्जाम्पल और विदाउट टेकिंग रेफरेंस फ्रॉम द इंटरनेट. दैट इज हाउ यू बिल्ड योर मसल मेमोरी. इस तरीके से वो क्वेश्चन आपका हो जाएगा. Whenever if this kind of question or question on that theme of poster is asked in the exam, you will be able to recall quickly, right? तो इस तरीके से आप अपना टाइम भी बचा सकते हो. That is how you do it. So copying is not a bad thing, but वो कॉपी वाली चीज को दोबारा रिपीट भी करना होता है, right? Could you start something for students who are not enrolled in Kafel to get feedback from mentors? Okay, so last year what we did was there was something called weekly challenge. And in those weekly challenge, people who were submitting their work, we used to give them feedback. So we can start something on that line if you say, okay, if the students who are here, if they vote for it, I will definitely start. Because last year what happened towards the end, starting में तो सबका बहुत interest रहता है. We put our resources and mentor and everything. And towards the end उसमें सबमिशंस कम आने लगे, जबकि एग्जाम की तरफ सबमिशन आने चाहिए, बट स्टूडेंट्स स्टार्ट सबमिटिंग लेस. तो फिर उस तरीके से फिर हमारा एंथो भी कम हो जाता है. बट इफ यू इंसिस्ट, डेफिनेटली वी वुड डू इट. Does NID require better level of drawing than you? Yes, Riya. That is a good question. I would always suggest, always prepare part A for UCEED and prepare part B for NID. If you do that, you will crack all the exams, right? You will crack all the exams. So that is the best strategy. Also, at this point, I would like to talk about little bit of marketing so that my team would suggest me कि भाई ये वाली बात भी हम कर दें, because whatever we are doing here is based on what we offer in the courses that we have. So we are starting our accelerator program, our C2D program that we started, which was our flagship program. उसको हम 5 cohort ही run करते हैं every month, every year, और वो खत्म हो चुका है. And we are not going to start any more cohort now. That would be end of it. But there is something called accelerator program that we start. Accelerator program is dedicated for particular exam. For example, NID. And if you are preparing for NID NIFT only, then we have accelerator. If you are preparing for UCEED only, then we have accelerator. So we will be starting our batch from 28th or 29th of September. Those who are interested, they can take a look on our accelerator program. Yeah, moving back, I would ask my team members to share the link in the description so that those who are interested can look for it. Okay, somebody is asking. Yes, so we will go for the challenges, the weekly challenges that you are talking about. Yes, अगर सब लोग उसमें attempt करेंगे question, तो definitely we would want to do that. उससे बहुत फायदा होने वाला है सब. That's what I think. Okay. Yeah, Suresh, you want to take any question by the time?
Yeah, I will take one more question. So here somebody has asked how to improve drawing by imagination. Good question. So you need to understand that if you have to draw directly by your imagination, you have to start imagining details as well. And how will you start doing that? Develop a practice of watching as well as drawing by deducing everything into basic geometrical shapes. Okay, if I just randomly ask you to visualize a dragon, all right, there must be a visual that can pop up in your head. But what if I ask you that, can you specifically talk about the details that are present near the eye of the dragon? So maybe it becomes a bit complex for you to recall these details. And that is something which we have to learn by imagining things in detail. So first, draw, deduce into basic geometrical shape. Then slowly and slowly, you will be able to recall all those geometrical shapes one over another stacked in the form. And that's how you are going to learn it. Okay, that's something which you should give it a try, and then only you can solve it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Prince has asked a very good question. I would want to answer that question quickly. Prince is saying, what are the 3 golden quick tips for aspirants? And what are the 3 mistakes that you will tell us to avoid? So I would, because we are conducting this session for NID only, I would not talk about UCEED here, but I will only talk about NID. Okay. So first of all, I just want to tell you one thing which is at the top of my priority. That is, consistency is better than any quality that you are producing. So even if you are very good at drawing, आप इंडिया के सबसे best artist हो. But the point is that this exam is not about drawing, it is about thinking, right? So consistently thinking about the question. Somebody, whenever students they join us in the program, they ask कि अर्णव हमें कितना, apart from the session, हमें कितना time spend करना चाहिए preparation में? I generally tell them 24/7. That is my answer. Why? भैया आपको पेपर लेकर के बैठने की जरूरत नहीं है ऑलवेज व्हेन यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर दिस एग्जाम. इफ यू हैव अ क्वेश्चन, इफ यू रेड अ क्वेश्चन, वो आपके दिमाग में कंटिन्यूअसली चलते रहना चाहिए. सो इफ देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन दैट यू हैव टू डिजाइन अ टिफिन फॉर अ स्कूल किड की वो कैसे करी और नॉर्मल खाना लेके जा सके, यू हैव टू कीप थिंकिंग अबाउट इट। कहीं और आप लंच बॉक्स देखते हो तो वो आपको इंस्पायर करे उस चीज के लिए। सो 24/7 क्वेश्चन शुड बी देयर इन योर हेड। सो दैट्स व्हाई आई थिंक कंसिस्टेंसी इज द फर्स्ट थिंग। कंसिस्टेंसी के बिना कुछ नहीं हो सकता, आप कितनी भी अच्छी ड्रॉ कर लो, कुछ नहीं। सो दिस इज वन गोल्डन टिप दैट आई वुड से। सेकेंडली इज दैट यू शुड हैव क्लैरिटी ओवर कंफ्यूजन। व्हाट डज दैट मीन? मेरे को लगता है कि आपको पता होना चाहिए कि व्हाट इज दैट आई विल ड्रॉ इन दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन सो दैट आई विल गेट फुल मार्क्स, रादर देन कि मैं अच्छी ड्राइंग कर लूं। डू नॉट गेट ओवर विथ अच्छी ड्राइंग, इट इज अबाउट क्लैरिटी on what basis I will get marks. Is it about dynamic in the perspective? Is it about thinking? If I am thinking how to present. So this clarity you should have. Now, how will you get this clarity? Of course, when you have some mentors or when you have some feedback from your seniors, those who have cracked, they will be able to guide you better maybe on this. Or maybe your friends those with whom you are studying, अगर ये नहीं है एक्सेस तो फ्रेंड्स के साथ स्टडी, अगर एक दूसरे का काम देखेंगे तब भी आपको जज करने में इजी होता है कि यार इसका काम ज्यादा क्लियरर लग रहा है, इट इज इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड। और क्लैरिटी की जब मैं बात करूं, इट इज वेरी इजी कि आपने जो बनाने की कोशिश करी वो कन्वे हो जाए, दैट इज कॉल्ड क्लैरिटी, राइट। एंड थर्ड गोल्डन टिप इज कि ऑलवेज आस्क फॉर फीडबैक। ड्रॉ करके जमा करना इज नॉट गोइंग टू हेल्प यू। इफ यू वांट टू बी अ डिजाइनर, डिजाइनर बनने का सबसे पता है सबसे पहली स्किल व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड टू बिकम अ डिजाइनर, दैट यू आर नॉट अफ्रेड ऑफ फीडबैक। डिजाइनर बिना फीडबैक के बन ही नहीं सकते, बिकॉज डिजाइन इज अ प्रोसेस विच इज इटरेटिव प्रोसेस। ठीक करेंगे, वापस गलती होगी, फिर ठीक करेंगे, फिर ठीक करेंगे, फिर चेंज करेंगे। दिस इज कॉल्ड डिजाइन। सो हम अगर प्रिपरेशन भी कर रहे हैं, इट इज ऑल अबाउट फीडबैक। सो आस्क फॉर फीडबैक। जरूरी नहीं है कि वो एग्जाम में किसी ने बहुत अच्छा क्रैक किया हुआ तभी वो आंसर दे पाएगा। यू कैन आस्क योर पेरेंट्स, योर सिबलिंग्स कि भाई जो मैंने बनाया तुझे समझ में आ रहा है, ये क्वेश्चन था, व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट दिस। वो जो भी आपको समझ में आ रहा है, फीडबैक इज फीडबैक, टेक फीडबैक सीरियसली, इट इज एज सिंपल एज दैट। ओके, सो कंसिस्टेंसी, क्लैरिटी एंड प्रैक्टिस और फीडबैक का लूप होना, दिस आई थिंक इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। तीसरा, दूसरा क्या पूछा था आपने? आई थिंक आई एम एबल टू आंसर योर क्वेश्चन प्रिंस। दूसरा आपने पूछा था कि मिस्टेक। ओके, सो मिस्टेक्स, आई वुड सजेस्ट 3 मिस्टेक वुड बी कि सबसे पहले तो दूसरों का काम देख करके डू नॉट गेट डिमोटिवेटेड और बॉग डाउन। दिस इज फर्स्ट थिंग। दूसरों का काम देख के नहीं, अरे यार वो तो इतना अच्छा करता है, कितना भी अच्छा करता हो। आई एम टेलिंग यू ऑनेस्टली, आई हैव सीन सो मेनी स्टूडेंट्स इन लास्ट 10 to 13 years नाउ कि अच्छे ड्रॉ करना इज नॉट द गारंटी दैट यू विल क्रैक द एग्जाम। इट इज अबाउट बीइंग काम ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर डे। बहुत अच्छे ड्रॉइंग करने वाले उस दिन एग्जाम में बहुत अच्छा नहीं कर पाते हैं, और बहुत ही कम एवरेज ड्रॉ करने वाले भी उस दिन एग्जाम में बहुत अच्छा करके परफॉर्म आते हैं। सो इट इज अबाउट नॉट व्हाट यू आर ड्रॉइंग राइट नाउ, इट इज अबाउट कि आपके हाथ पैर कितने कांपते हैं जब एग्जाम आप टेस्ट में या फिर किसी मॉक टेस्ट में बैठते हो, राइट। दूसरा एक बैचलर्स के, दिस इज स्पेशली फॉर बैचलर्स, दैट इज व्हाट आई वांट टू से, दैट प्लीज डोंट फोकस टू मच ऑन दी स्टेशनरी। ये मास्टर्स के साथ क्लैरिटी है, बट बैचलर्स वाले की मेरे पास दुनिया भर के जहान के स्टेशनरी का कलेक्शन होना चाहिए, बिकॉज आई एम प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर डिजाइन एग्जाम, सो आई मस्ट हैव ऑल दी। लेट मी टेल यू ऑनेस्टली, ओनली विथ HB pencil you can crack this exam, right? Only with HB pencil and you can get rank 1. So that is another thing. And the last thing that you should avoid is panic. No need to panic. NID is just a means. आप समझ रहे हो ना means का मतलब क्या होता है? सिर्फ एक रास्ता है। NID in itself or NIFT or UCD or IIT in itself is not the destination. NID जा करके ये नहीं होगा कि करियर सेट हो गया, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता। ऐसे बहुत सारे NID से हैं and in many different streams जो कि कॉलेज में अच्छा नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो they are still struggling for job because of job scenario जैसा मार्केट हो चुका है। And at the same time ऐसे NID के लोग हैं जो कि इतने अच्छे लेवल पे जॉब क्रैक कर रहे हैं। सो कॉलेज इज नॉट द गारंटी ऑफ एनीथिंग, है ना। सुयश यहाँ बैठा हुआ है, आई थिंक सुयश मेरे से ज्यादा अच्छा इस बात को बता पाएगा कि इज कॉलेज दी गारंटी जैसा सिनेरियो इस वक्त चल रहा है या नहीं। बट आई थिंक दैट इज डेफिनेटली अ पॉइंट दैट यू कैन, सो दैट्स व्हाट आई वांट। Shriyadita is bombarding us with questions, so I will not take her questions or whatever his question right now. I will take it in the last. So if you will bombard us with questions, then we will not take those questions. So हम last में लेंगे। हम पहले सोनाली का लेते हैं। You have mentioned the offline sessions at weekends. If one is not going to take those sessions, get some recordings or something out of that. No. Purpose of our offline sessions are that we want you to be there so that we can give you in-person experience. what we do at Kafel is give you experience, right? So agar wo recording available hoga, nobody is going to come. So mentors who are coming with preparation and all, what is the purpose then if you get the recording? So we will never give recording for anything that offline that we do. That is of no use then. But don't worry, if you live somewhere far or you cannot make it, we conduct everything online. If it is possible, maybe you can come once a month, or if in December maybe we do some boot camp, you can do that also. All right. We'll take some questions from the top as well. Wanted to join NID test series. Can you give a info about your courses? Tejaswini is asking. Okay, so Tejaswini, if you go to our website, you can book a call with some of our team members, counselors. If you talk to them, they will give you all the information. I don't want to make this a marketing video, but they will give you all the information. All I can tell you, because you have asked the question, so I'll not put it under the carpet. All I can tell you is that all our feedback, we only ask students that you are paying us for feedback, right? In our courses, you are paying for the community access and feedback. So all our feedback are in the form of video. So each mentor create a video on your submission and they send it to you. So that is what we believe. Feedback is everything. So the rest you can talk to them. They will give you, you can even get some sample question paper. Everything is possible. Coaching classes nahi hai hum, so we do not treat ourselves as coaching classes. Okay. You can, whenever you are comfortable, only then you pay. Okay. Any other question? Okay. I'll take, does NID require good drawing skill? Yes, they do. Why? It is not the drawing का exam, but the point is, अगर सब लोग अच्छा ड्रॉ करेंगे तो ऑटोमेटिकली जो अच्छा ड्रॉ करेगा उसके मार्क्स ज्यादा बेटर होंगे ना प्रेम. सो जब कंपटीशन ज्यादा है देन बेंचमार्क ज्यादा हाई हो जाता है. दैट इज द पॉइंट विद ड्राइंग का लेवल इन NID. दैट्स इट, नथिंग एल्स. ओके. Shreya Dita के question I will take. How to improve observational skill, creative thinking, problem solving. I think I have taken this already. How to think like that, what should we do, and suggest some exercises to improve creativity. So if you want to improve your creativity, I would suggest take up any product on daily basis. Any product, take one product on a daily basis. This is exercise for everyone. And you can see that your thinking capability improves just in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Take any product, daily basis पे कोई भी product ले लो. It can be a product from your kitchen. It can be product from your stationery, a pen, anything, your school bag. Take one product daily and try to think 5 problems in that product and try to come up with solution for those products. जबरदस्ती बनाने हैं प्रॉब्लम. कई बार आपको लगेगा इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बढ़िया तो सही तो चल रहा है. नहीं, जबरदस्ती बनाने हैं प्रॉब्लम. दुखी आत्मा बन जाना है. If you will do this exercise, शुरू में लगेगा कि हम क्वेश्चन प्रॉब्लम बना रहे हैं. Slowly you will see that you can think of a problem quickly. So that is an exercise which will give creative ability. Okay. No problem, Shradita. I have answered your question, which was exercise regarding creativity, which provide GK for NID. Can you share a website? So what we will do, Riddhi, we will take some sessions online for GK. Last year also in the OLP sessions, Arpit generally take those sessions on GK. So by the end of October, we'll take some sessions on GK. So don't worry about that. He'll bring some topics on GK and those sessions will be here and you can see those. Okay. So do working on portfolio now will be worth it? Not at all. Not at all. First of all, bachelor's people don't need portfolio. Yes, in private colleges, you do need portfolio because good portfolio for private colleges can give you scholarships, right? So then private college is worth it if you have scholarships. But right now doing that, I don't think it is worth it at all. You will be diverted. Okay. Any last question from your side, Suyesh? Otherwise, we can call it a day.
All right. So I'll just take one more question. So somebody has said, sir, how to present our idea in the given time? Okay. So if you have to present upon your idea, it's better that you first plan how you're going to create the flow of your idea. For instance, if you are making a product, you should be able to not just show the product from one specific angle, but on maybe top angle, side angle, and how one is going to interact with it. It's better that you first plan it and then you should be able to execute it. And if you're talking to execute it in given time, then best thing which I have suggested over here is the time management exercise, that you have to place some additional stopwatches, for example 3 minutes and in every interval, so that what you can do is that you can monitor your progress and you have to keep doing it, and eventually you will be able to figure out that how you can get it done in the least time. Yeah, so that's from my side.
Yeah, and So in case you want to talk to our team, you can just find the link that our team member has pinned here, and you can talk to our team member or counselors. They will help you with everything, whether it is the courses that we offer, or if it is not even the courses you want to talk about preparation and all, they might definitely help you. So you can reach out to them. In-person sensitive के लिए कुछ practice कैसे करें? When the time is right, we will talk about in-person sensitivity, but don't worry about in-person sensitivity. In-person sensitivity is about how you communicate your ideas, right? So it is about your speaking and communicating whatever you have in your head. That is what it is all about. But when the time is right, it is in the mains. So we'll talk about during the mains का time. Right now, focus on prelims, because अगर prelims clear ही नहीं होगा तो आप mains लिखोगे कैसे, है कि नहीं? Even though rank count नहीं होगा, तो for that reason, that is important. I think that would be enough from our side. Any specific question that you have? And I will be waiting for just one more question, because I have answered all the questions I've read ऊपर से. Will you review session again? Yes, we will conduct review session. Somebody is asking. Yes, जैसा भी बोला, we'll take up the weekly challenge वाला thing also. All right. So this is all about NID changes, as you all know now. Sridharta is saying thank you. It was helpful. Thank you, Sridharta. If I wasn't practicing sketching from before, how can I prepare sketching in 3 months? See, the more you repeat. So अगर आपने बिल्कुल स्केच पहले से नहीं किया है, so आप ना बहुत, तो imagine one thing कि आप कुछ under the sun, आप you will not be able to draw anything, right? You have to keep in mind. एक फाइन आर्ट का बंदा जो कि 5 साल से फाइन आर्ट कर रहा है, he will be able to draw anything that you can say. Why? Because he has drawn that before. लेकिन आप ये सब नहीं कर पाओगे 3 महीने के अंदर. But what you can do, you can think smartly. What you can do, you can create your library. फॉर एग्जाम्पल ह्यूमन फिगर की आप प्रैक्टिस इतनी कर लो, कुछ पोजेज की प्रैक्टिस इतनी कर लो कि जब भी कुछ आए तो आप उसी पोज को एग्जाम क्वेश्चन में रखो. कुछ प्रोडक्ट्स की प्रैक्टिस इतनी कर लो कि कुछ प्रोडक्ट्स आए, अगर उस टाइप का प्रोडक्ट आए तो आपको उसके पास प्रैक्टिस दो. यू मेक योर वोकैबुलरी. ऐसे आप 500-600 प्रोडक्ट्स की वोकैबुलरी और ऐसा कुछ बना सकते हो, एंड कीप ऑन रिपीटिंग दैट. तो इससे आपकी इंप्रूव जल्दी हो जाएगी. मैं समझ रहा हूँ आप. यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू ड्रॉ एनीथिंग अंडर द सन, बट वॉट एवर यू विल बी एबल टू ड्रॉ, यू विल बी एबल टू ड्रॉ गुड in less number of days and months, whatever it is, right? So that is how you can increase your speed. Any program for NIFT? Yes. So if you're looking, so we have accelerator program. That's what I said. We have our accelerator program for NIFT, which is starting from 29th, which is NID and NIFT is common for us. We do not treat NID and NIFT different, right? So it is common for us. थोड़ा जो difference होता है, we take test differently, but overall preparation remains the same. So we take UC differently and NID differently, right? So we have our accelerator program for NID starting from 28th or 29th. The link will be shared in the chat box. Please go through that. We'll conduct more live sessions. Okay. NID color provide करती है, prelims में तो नहीं करती है, but जब studio test की बारी आती है, all the material is provided. There are some material that you can carry on your side, which we will talk when the time is right. अगर हम अभी करेंगे, you will get into the rabbit hole. Okay, so don't worry. So thank you everyone for joining, and I hope this was an informational session. We will get back to you again with some topic, and as Suyash and you see that they are asking for more live sessions, so we'll come back with live sessions so that it is helpful for everyone. So please keep preparing, be consistent, like I said, and get some feedback from anyone that you can think of. Don't think कि इसको आता है एग्जाम, इसको नहीं पता एग्जाम क्या होता है, ये तो भी डिजाइनर नहीं है, इसके तो माइंडसेट नहीं है. Don't judge people. Ask for feedback. That will be helpful for you. Scale is allowed or not allowed की बात नहीं है, but scale will slow you down. जितना scale यूज करोगे उतना आपका टाइम कम हो जाएगा. So scale के बिना करना है. समझ रहे हो? When will be the NIFT MDES exam? NIFT का exam is conducted in the first week of February. Always first Sundays of February. तो वही आप देख लो, जो भी फर्स्ट संडे ऑफ फरवरी पड़ रहा है वही निफ्ट का रहेगा. फॉर्म थोड़े टाइम में आने ही वाले हैं, सो डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट. ऑल राइट गाइस, थैंक यू फॉर ज्वाइनिंग. थैंक यू एवरीवन.
Thank you, everyone.